Right now, it's a matter of the plan is you wait until Wednesday's press conference to find out what's going to happen next. And we believe that Indiana can do better than that.
Teachers who spend hours a day with dozens of students frustrated tonight because they still don't know when they can get the coronavirus vaccine. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Phil Sanchez. At the same time, state health officials say they're still trying to address the most vulnerable populations. Wish TV's Dan Klein joining us now live outside the State House with this story. Dan.
Yeah, the president of the Indiana State Teachers Association tells me he doesn't think teachers should cut in line. He's just frustrated that his group still doesn't know exactly where they stand in line, even as surrounding states have revealed their plans.
You're brought into a room with a confined space for a group for 7 to 8 hours.
And that's why ISTA President Keith Gamble says teachers should have priority consideration as eligibility for the coronavirus vaccine opens up, as well as helping kids have a stable learning environment and helping parents not have to take off work to stay home because of a quarantine.
And the best way that we're going to be able to do that is to have our educators vaccinated.
State health officials say it's a simple equation. Too many deserving people, not enough vaccine.
As long as vaccine supplies remain limited, we will continue to prioritize individuals who are most likely to be hospitalized or die from COVID-19.
I value every single life in this state, and regardless of your profession.
Officials say the critical infrastructure population is about 2 million Hoosiers. Compare that to the 100,000 vaccine doses coming in every week, and you can see the problem. But Gamble says surrounding states have figured it out and have at least announced when teachers can sign up.
We've tried to be patient. As Indiana said, we need to get the most vulnerable vaccinated right away. And but as we continue to move on, we need to know and understand what is their plan for getting this fixed for our schools.
But state health officials say 94% of deaths and 64% of hospitalizations are among those who are 60 and up. Age is the most important factor. And once that is taken care of, they will be measuring other risk factors like dialysis, organ transplants as they determine who goes next.
When the age risk starts to equal the risk of a particular comorbidity, that is how we are starting to add those comorbidities back in.
What do we say to teachers is we are looking at the folks who are most at risk of dying and or being hospitalized.
With 350,000 Hoosiers between the ages of 65 and 69, that's the eligibility category, which just opened up on Monday. It's unclear when the next age group, those 60 and up, will be eligible to get the vaccine themselves. Reporting live outside the State House, Dan Klein, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
A lot of questions, Dan. Thank you. Meanwhile, state health officials also announcing they are relaxing the rules for quarantining in schools. They say it's because less than 5% of cases are linked to the classroom. So beginning Monday, as long as students and teachers are wearing a mask in the classroom, they will no longer have to quarantine or do contact tracing if someone's testing positive. This will not apply to possible exposure in places like lunch or band or other areas where masks are removed during the school day.
Our goal throughout this pandemic has been to support our schools and protect our students, teachers, and staff as they continue to navigate in-person education. We hope that these steps will help to decrease the disruption that COVID-19 continues to cause in our educational system.
They're also relaxing the rules for the length of quarantine. A student or teacher who will be allowed back into the classroom if they quarantine for 10 days, as long as they never develop symptoms and wear a mask at all times. They only have to quarantine for 7 days if they get a PCR test or an antigen test before they return to the school. Well, let's take a look now at the updated coronavirus numbers from across the state. Indiana health officials confirming 36 more people have died. Those deaths happened between January 4th and February 2nd. 9,713 Hoosier deaths are now linked to the pandemic. There are more than 1,400 new cases. In all, more than 631,000 people have tested positive in Indiana. The State Department of Health produced a commercial about the virus that will air during the Super Bowl. The state paid more than $100,000 to run the ad. It talks about how a local family was impacted by the death of a loved one because of the virus. Governor Eric Holcomb said that he hopes it makes an impact on how people feel about the virus and the importance of getting the vaccine.